Hello, my beautiful friends. I just finished my ultimate transformation that lasted 30 days. This extremely incredible cleanse I did through an amazing company that I feel so blessed to be involved with, and so fortunate to have met so many beautiful people along my journey. And I just wanted to share what it's been like, what the results are, and where it's leading me to. So this cleanse involves several different stages, and I decided to take the accelerated plan. So the first 10 days were transitional, getting used to the products and getting the body prepared for the second 10 days, which is a deep immersion with a colon cleanse and parasite cleanse. And then the third 10 days are kind of easing back into a more regular eating schedule that's super healthy. And I was already eating pretty healthy and clean, but I have to admit that I had some food addictions, and I always turned to food to satisfy my emotions. And although I was eating really healthy a lot of the time, I was eating too much of it. So this cleanse has really helped transform these habits and the beliefs that go with it. My main goal, well, one of the goals, was to lose about 10 pounds. And I actually did that on day 20 when I had my little weigh-in. It was really nice the way the whole thing is structured, because not only did I have support from wonderful people, the plan to follow was pretty easy. The shakes are incredibly delicious, and every day I looked forward to it. And another wonderful thing that I had along the way were a couple friends that were doing it with me. So I was a big help to them as far as what they were eating, because I love to cook, so I was helping out with that stuff. And we're just always checking in on each other and seeing the progress, which was really transformational. One of my dear friends came from eating a lot of junk food, taking pickups and going through drive-thrus, drinking a lot of coffee and Coca-Cola, and about as bad as it gets when it comes to the SAD diet, the standard American diet. And he felt like it was time for a change, so he decided to join me, and I'm so happy he did, because it's really changed his whole life. And we went out to eat last night. We had some Thai food, and it just goes to show you how committing to the 30 days can really transform you, because he ordered something that he didn't know was made with a fish stock, and because we went vegan for the 30 days, which isn't required, but that's what we chose to do, he couldn't even eat it and had no desire to. And having a little bit of something unhealthy was just not really desirable. It was really wonderful to just be so motivated to stay healthy because of the results we had. So I lost the 10 pounds, I lost some inches, I had so much energy. That was helping me stay focused and really being clear on my why I'm doing this and where I want to go with my life. It really took the cleanse to a deeper level, where I was not just worried about the food I was putting into my body. I was also looking at what my thoughts were and my actions and how they affect my life and the life of others around me. So my son was very motivating through this, and I ordered some of the product for him, the kids version. And one of the things that I learned along the way was that usually when you try something new that's really healthy and you might not like the taste, it's actually a good sign. It means your body really needs it. And as it gets nourished by that, your body starts to crave it and desire to have it. And then it starts to taste good and you just want more of it. And that's what's really happened with my friend and these shakes. My sleep has been, I didn't have huge troubles with sleep but I also had some vices when it came to that. And so this cherry apothecary drink is a sour tart cherry concentrate that you have a little bit before bedtime, and it has natural melatonin in it. So you start to feel it like help wind you down and prepare you for that deep REM sleep. And I was having dreams that I could actually start to remember, which I haven't had in a while. And along with the shakes and this cherry drink, there's also an incredible and a super important product that's made for your gut, because that's where it all begins. So much of our immune system, hormones, and our mental health actually starts in the gut. And this product is one of the only ones out there, actually, that helps get glyphosate out of the system, which is super toxic and is in pretty much every American that has been tested for it. So it's the active ingredient in Roundup, very toxic, carcinogenic. And this helps heal the gut of that. It's been proven in clinical trials to remove, I think, 74% within 6 weeks. So we're amping up all that and all the feel-good hormones that your gut produces to help you get through this process. Nourishing with the probiotics, prebiotics. One of the wonderful things I noticed during this cleanse is I had way less gas and bloating. And another product is the Parasite Colon Cleanse during the immersion that I did, because we all have those things in our bodies, and we need to have a nice balance between the good and bad, and getting out all of that helps restore your mental health, your digestive system, so many things. So there's the shake, the cherry drink, the Biomedic, and the cleanser. And you have a clear path of when and how to take these products. It's super easy. And then you can maintain it if you want to stick on the program, which I would be happy to share with anyone that's interested. So I reached my goal of losing 10 pounds a lot faster than I thought. And that just was like, wow. Normally this would take me so much work to accomplish. And I wasn't doing any crazy workouts or anything. I actually have a whole body vibration machine, which I love and really recommend. So I was doing 10 minutes on that a day, doing some stretching, walking, just being active with my son and dog, and that's about it. And I will share some photos of the before and after I share this video. I also am super motivated to share this program with others. So I'm working on a website about this. And during this whole process of really tuning inward as I'm cleansing my body and my mind and everything, I had some interesting things happen just by clearing. I was able to tap into asking the right questions and just being more in tune with other people and communication. And a real pivotal point of this was with a conversation I had with my son, which many of you that know me know I've had very challenging times with my son. And when he was young, he's been through a lot of traumatic things throughout his life that I was there for with him. Some I could have prevented, some not so much, but I'm grateful for all these experiences because they've brought me to where I am today. And so here I am, sharing this conversation with him. I finally asked the right questions when it came to, oh, here is him passing up. All right, let's get back to the other breakthrough I had. So I was talking with my son, and going back to when he was younger, there were some times where he would have these tantrums, and I would talk to people and I'm like, oh, he's just, a kid. They have tantrums and meltdowns and all that. But I knew that it was different for him. And when he was about 2, he had his first experience where it literally looked like he was possessed. And I remember just being so lost, what happened to my son just now? This is not him. I could see it in his eyes. And eventually it wore off, and he came back to his body or whatever happened, and it was frightening. And it happened a few times, and then things kind of stabilized in our life. We had an amazing man in our life, and it didn't happen so much. Well, with some more experiences, it happened again. And I was having a lot of challenges with getting him to listen and respect me, and just a lot of anger that I couldn't heal. No matter what kind of therapy we were doing, it would seem to help temporarily, but something would always trigger it again. So recently I was asking, and I don't remember exactly what questions I asked, but he revealed to me that he was seeing spirits and they were demonic. And he even had an encounter with what he said was Satan, which I haven't had too many talks about these kind of things with him, so it's pretty shocking. And I knew that he was having a lot of nightmares, and I would try to do what I could to help him feel safe and secure. And for a lot of his life, he was sleeping with me, and one of the other reasons I got a dog was so that he could feel that comfort throughout the night, and I could go to my own bed, and he would feel safe knowing that he had some sort of protection. So the startling news was just like, okay, I really need to address this now. Like, I can't keep trying this and that. I just have to do something and find the way out of this. So I reached out to a few friends that I knew had some encounters with spiritual things and supernatural things and things like that. And one of my dear friends opened up about her son having the similar experiences, but actually way worse. She told me about how he felt paralyzed and like there was a heavy weight on his chest, and he would just wake up and not be able to move, and was sleeping with his lamp on and all this stuff. And he opened up to her and said that he felt like he was being attacked like by demons, and it was terrorizing them. And eventually she was having experiences too in their home. So she turned to her faith and to her pastor, and through the miracle of Jesus and her religion, she had the pastor come, bless the home, pray together, and basically had to have a battle to get rid of this demon in their home. And once they did, the peace that they felt was incredible, and their whole lives changed. And she really looked at her life and her choices and what welcomed this into their home and made changes. And that's what was like, wow. I really looked at some of my choices and what I was doing, and was this bringing positive energy in, or could it have triggered this into my life? So we had a nice long talk about this, and I was like, I need to look at my faith again. I need to see what I'm teaching my son about Christ and what I thought being spiritual meant to me. And so I had her come, because I was raised Catholic, and I've been down a spiritual journey, since I was 18, of trying to find the truth and discover myself. But nothing really hit me the way that this hit me. And even though I had some beautiful spiritual experiences that I really thought were opening my mind and my consciousness to the oneness that we were seeking, something was lacking. And so she came with her sister, and we blessed the house and prayed, and I got this overwhelming sense of relief and peace when I really welcomed Jesus into my heart. And I never understood what that meant. I had been to youth groups, I had religion in my life earlier on, and I strayed away from it. And so here I am talking about those same things that I heard about, but I didn't have an encounter with. And so it was really this encounter with God and Him filling my heart that really changed everything. And after we did this, and Ethan seemed to already just feel lighter and really open and accepting to this new way of life, I was just like, wow, this is what has been missing. And so I really started to talk to all my friends about their faith. And, some are claim religious or not, but it's really about this relationship that can be developed if you open your heart to it, if you surrender. And I thought I had surrendered before. I thought I had been on my knees asking for help, and it just wasn't the same as this time. And it really touched me so deeply. And I started to look at the Bible, and I started to pray. And ever since then, nothing has felt the same. I haven't needed any other type of way to connect. It has just been direct and pure. And so I'm on this new path and open to what it's revealing to me, which is just beautiful. Of course, there's challenges, but now I feel like I am armored. I am ready for any kind of battle, because there's this invisible war going on between good and evil, in a sense. And my friend actually shared this amazing series online called Invisible War by Chip Ingram that has opened me up to a whole another world that's here that we can't see, where there's this basically battle for our soul, and how to prepare yourself and arm yourself, putting on this armor of God, and never relaxing, but allowing yourself to rest so you can be at peace with this new faith and trust in God. And since that's happened, I have just been so happy no matter what I'm going through. And then the big shocker here is when she told me to, it's like, I hate to tell you this, Bea, but you really need to look at yoga again. And I was just like, well, why? But at the same time, I had sensed something was off with this practice. It's been a huge part of my life for 20 years, and I knew it wasn't whole. I had experienced brief moments where I felt like Ethan was on board, and then most of the time he just was against it. But it seemed intuitive, like he knew. I'd always wanted to find the right partner that was into the same beliefs and practices as I was with yoga. And at the same time, I knew that wasn't the best thing for Ethan. That wouldn't be the best kind of father role figure for him. And so when she told me more about what she had watched and learned about it, I started to dig deeper and really look at the roots of yoga and what it's meant to me and others. And I really discovered that it is a beautiful practice. It does help you connect, but there are just some things about its core that are against Christianity in a way, because it is based in Hinduism, and there are other gods involved, and even the asana practice, because yoga, most people think it's just this like physical exercise, but getting certified to teach and going down a very spiritual path with it in philosophy through my trainings, I knew that the physical aspect was just a fraction of it. And so when I looked at even the physical, I realized, even these sun salutations and all these exercises, they are a form of worship to these other gods, and it didn't feel right anymore. And it was such a strong feeling that I actually went through my house and threw away everything that had to do with it. I got rid of all my Buddhas. I got rid of anything that would welcome this kind of evil into my life, because the devil, or it seems weird to say that, but basically, these satanic attacks are happening, and there's any opening that you leave, it'll find its way in. And so the darkness has really snuck into these practices that seem safe and heart-centered and all about love, and caused me to be so deceived. And if you look into this some more, you'll see a lot of other people sharing this truth right now. And I'm not saying that what other people think is not true. This is what is true to my heart right now, and I just want people to look a little deeper and really see what it means to them and just practice what they feel is right. But given my son and what I've dealt with, I just don't want to risk anything anymore. I want to dedicate myself to this, to living with Christ and to helping others get clear through cleansing and connecting. And so I'm actually working on this beautiful course that I'm going to share with everyone once it's ready to be launched. But I have just been flowing with ideas and so much energy of what I'm going to offer, and it feels so right, and it feels like this is my purpose and this is what I'm here to do and the gift that God has given me. And I can't wait. I am just so overjoyed, and my heart is so full that I feel like I have a new life, that I have been cleansed in every way possible. And how ironic, it's starting to rain. It's just so beautiful. So stay tuned. I'd love to hear what you all have to think about this. It's a shocker to a lot of people, a relief to my family, because they never really connected to me, and I thought I was lost, and now I really see they were right. I was lost, but now I'm found, and here I am. So please connect with me, and I'm open to sharing any aspect of this and hearing your stories and experiences, and willing to just come together and help each other rise up. And I just pray that everyone finds their purpose and connects to God through Jesus. It's like nothing else. I don't need anything else anymore. It's all right here in our hearts. I love you all. Thank you.